So my name is Dani, and I've been clean almost 2 years. And my addiction had several things folded into it. I had a lot of depression. I had a lot of anxiety. I absolutely hated myself. Hated myself. I thought I was fat. I thought I was stupid. I thought I was ugly. I thought I was worthless. I thought that I was unlovable. I thought that I didn't deserve anything in my life. So while all that's filtering through my head all the time, then I got sick several years ago. And it was chronic pain for 5 years. And the doctor gave me pain pills, which didn't work, thank God. But unfortunately, alcohol worked. So I would come home from work and drink the minute I walked in the door. I would take a lunch break to drink. I would drink before I went to work. And eventually, regardless of the pain, it turned into I had to drink. So in 2016, I remember the day, it was Father's Day, I decided to commit suicide. I didn't think that anyone would miss me. I didn't want a funeral. I didn't want anyone to be sad because I didn't think anyone would be sad because I didn't feel that I had impacted anyone's lives. It was a very empty feeling, but what was so frightening about it is it was so calming because I could be done with my life of just feeling miserable all the time. So I went to brunch with my dad on Father's Day and played it off like just having lunch. And after that, I got in my car. I had 18 beers. I had 3 bottles of wine. I had 57 pills. And I had a pack of razor blades. And I drove myself to a hotel and decided to make a night of it. Me and my pills and my wine and my razor blades. So I started to drink, and I drank some more. And sadly enough, I drank it slowly so I could enjoy my last drink of my life. So then I downed the pills, downed some more pills, downed some more pills. And then I got the razor blades out because I figured the pain would be less that way to harm myself. So I took the razor blades out, and I still have scars up my arms. I try to wear bracelets to cover my scars. And I just started to cut. And because I did not want to wake up. I never wanted to wake up again. I just was done. And eventually, I don't know what happened. I don't know how it happened. I have no idea what took place, but I woke up in ICU. I didn't know how many days it was later. I had no idea. But when I woke up, I wasn't able to speak. I wasn't able to talk. I wasn't able to walk. I wasn't able to write. So I couldn't communicate at all. I couldn't tell anyone what my name was. I couldn't tell anyone who should come take care of me. I couldn't tell you anything. So eventually, it took about 6 days to get my mouth to work and my head to get to my mouth what I needed to say. And in the meantime, I was having hallucinations, I was having convulsions, it was awful. And I kept thinking to myself, I earned this because I tried to kill myself, and this is what I get in return. I'll never be able to talk, I'll never be able to walk. And this is how I'm going to live out my life. And it's going to be worse than it was before. So after I started to get better, they transferred me to the mental health unit at the hospital that I was at. And I was there for another 6 days. And while I was in there, we had to meet with a social worker every few days. And I was accepted into UCC for 30 days. So when I got here, first couple days were pretty hard. I was the oldest woman in the house. And I was only one of 2 alcoholics. Everyone else was drug addicts, which is a really interesting dichotomy because we're all addicts, but we have different ways of how we get our drug. So for example, for me, I can walk over to the gas station and buy something, whereas they had to put themselves in much more dangerous situations. But also, the triggers are easier for me because going into a grocery store, there's the liquor department. Going into the gas station, there's the beer. There's a billboard, blah, 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 blah. So it's like, it's constantly at you. It's all over the place. It's constantly at you. So I got here, I jumped in with both feet and did the best that I could. I would meet with my counselor, I would talk about my stuff, I met with a psychiatrist, I got on medications for my depression and my anxiety. I also suffered from insomnia, so I got on medications so I could sleep, because that was this whole awful wheel. You can't sleep, you get more anxious because you can't sleep, so you get more anxious, so you can't sleep, so you drink, so you can sleep, so you can wake up, so you can be anxious, so you can drink. I mean, it was just this crazy, crazy cycle. So I started to feel more grounded and like things started to make sense. But when you stop using whatever drug you're using, for me being alcohol, all your emotions come back. All of your feelings, you have no way to drown them. You have no way to get rid of them. So you have to learn how to deal with them. But what I've learned after being clean and rested and clear head and thinking better is, yes, I do have to apologize to those I've hurt, but I also can pick and choose who can be in my life now. Because now, for the first time in my life, I'm number one. And the crazy thing is, I'm the heaviest I've ever been in my life, but I feel prettier than I've ever felt. I feel smarter than I've ever felt. I'm happier than I've ever felt, besides the tears. I just feel like I'm worth something, and I never felt that before. And the final piece of my story would be, after leaving here, I left in August of 2017. I made a clear break because I thought I needed just to make a change. I moved out of state for a year. A year later, I came back to Milwaukee just because this is where I've been and where I've lived for a long time. And I decided, you know what? I could be an asset to UCC. I've been through the program. I know how it works. I know what pieces of it made the most for me. I can be a sounding board for clients here who are scared, who are anxious, who are depressed, who are lonely, who feel worthless. I've been that person. I can be a woman that people look up to now, instead of in my head thinking everybody thinks I'm nothing. So I applied, and I was offered a job as a program assistant, and within 4 months I was given a promotion to be the residential coordinator. So I jumped a big leap, and I absolutely love my job, but I think what's most important about it is, not only did I earn respect back in a community, but I'm able to use my experience to join with clients to let them know this is who you can become. There's 24-hour support. There's someone in the house 24 hours a day. If you need to cry, if you need to laugh, if you need an aspirin, if you need whatever, there's someone there all the time. We didn't have that before when we were living our lives that before in our yucky days. We didn't have someone to support us 24 hours a day. We didn't have a staff of peer support specialists, counselors, doctors, psychiatrists to get our entire body in motion. And if I didn't come here, where would I have gone? Being homeless. I don't even know who would have taken me in or if I would have gone anywhere. I mean, this place saved my life. It saved my life. It really did. And I just want to give back, because there's other people that need to know that they're worth it. And they deserve to be here. They deserve to be loved. They deserve to be respected. And that's why I'm here.